Now, obviously, I know how to physically dress. I'm not exactly looking at a t-shirt going, oh my god, how do I operate this thing? 4 holes, what do I do? I'm past that step at the very least. But for the most part, for the first 18 to 19 years of my life, I didn't really care about clothes at all. Dressing up, ooh, that's for girls, no thanks. As you can tell, I am a boy. As long as you really put me in something blue, I was happy. Didn't really matter what it was, it just had to be blue. Something that clearly is still somewhat present in today's, even behind me, that's crazy. There's so much blue in my life, double D, double die. Bro, why would I care about what Pharrell is wearing when I could be caring about Captain Blitz's double shoulder pauldron, yellow trim, armor piece with the dope, oh my god, so dope, diamond playing card-esque looking battle skirt because he's a gambler, you know, he's gambling with his life, bro. With the double pistols at the hips, spare ammo on the pet, and then, oh my god, the helmet. Can we talk about the helmet? The colors, the shape, oh my god, the phase 2 aesthetic is so good, you don't understand. This is fashion. If you can't agree with me that the ARC Troopers aren't as big of a fashion icon as the Wu-Tang Clan, you better click out this video now because it's not going to get better. What I'm trying to show here is that I was a nerdy little kid, big old geek, which is why I want none of you to be surprised why I inevitably make a building every Bionicle video. Oh, you thought the Taylor Swift one was out of character? Alright, let's get back on brand then. But also, I was a fashion fan and didn't realize it. Obsessing over the detailed differences of the Batman suit has the exact same energy as obsessing over the Louis Vuitton seasons. And I think a few people will be upset to hear me say that, but that's okay, we'll talk about them later. But you're obsessing over details, shape, texture, how just things look in general, the context to why they've chosen these exact shapes to use in this line, and not just being concerned with how it looks, but how it feels. It's the same. The difference is that one's just based in reality, and the other one's cool as fuck. And I started to clock onto this in my later teenage years and now my early 20s. So although I started off not caring about clothes and continue to not really put much investment into them, I did start to get the appeal of why someone would care about their clothes. I was obsessed with customization and creativity being expressed in literally everything else. So at some point I was like, oh wait, you can do this for your person as well. It's fashion. That's what fashion is. Oh, I get it now. I did always think that if I put the time in, I could definitely get it. I was already spread so thin on all my other creative outlets, both energy-wise and financially, that I consciously was sort of like, all right, we'll tackle this one later, maybe in the early 20s. Clothes are cool, but it doesn't really matter that much how you dress, so let's figure out how to take photos instead of learning how to dress. Which is an interesting call of priorities, if you look at it. However, many years have passed since I made that call. But now at 21, I feel like I'm at an age where I want to start caring about this. And I also have a bit of a budget to actually redo my wardrobe. But the main part is that I'm going to try and make outfits out of this. I've never ever done that before. I've never looked at my wardrobe and be like, all right, well, let's construct something. I've started to stress myself out every time I figure out what to wear because now I kind of care, but I have no idea what combinations of clothes look good. So it's time to figure it out. And I thought it'd be fun to document it so I could share my mistakes with the world, because that's what being a creator is all about. Anyways, first things first, I want to share with you the staples. Clothes and accessories I'm trying to actually put into an outfit because I want to wear those more. I want those to look good on me. Now, looking at this list of staples, I'm realizing most of them aren't actually clothes. There's definitely a few, but for the most part, I'm really just trying to find reasons and ways to wear shoes I like or watches that I like and everything but the clothes. The clothes are almost an accessory to the accessories. I think that's more of a reflection that the one exception to me not caring about clothes was shoes and watches. A bit of a dry patch. I finally bought some new sneakers. I got a new pair of Air Max 270s, white and blue. These had just come out when I initially got into sneakers in like 2018 kind of time. So having like a nice fresh pair of these does make me happy on the inside a lot. I also just genuinely like how these look and they're comfortable. So, but they do have a very techie vibe, but I do need to figure out how to dress to. Dress, is that how you say that? I need to figure out what clothes go with these. I also copped a pair of Journal 1 Chicago mids. However, they weren't meant to be mids. They were meant to be highs, but they're the same height as my mids. So I do have decent reason to believe that these aren't real. However, I will still wear them. I don't really care. I found these Vans Ape collabs. I think these are so dope. I know it's kind of popular to hate Vans at the moment. I don't get that wave at all. I still think they're very cool shoes. The fact they are an ape collab is kind of cool, but I do just love the blue and like light grey combination. It's a really nice color scheme for me. And the lightning bolt on the side, you know, blade bolt, lightning bolt, that's a bit cringe, I know, but like, I can't tell if these are going to be easy to put with clothes or not, but we're going to find out. I also got these Adidas Forums on a beautiful sale. I've been wearing white Journal 1s almost every day for the past 3 years, so having a darker shoe that's also not Nike is definitely nice to have in the selection. That being said, I don't really know how to style these at all. I think it's more a confidence thing than anything else. I also just have a plethora of older shoes that I really like, that I'd love to bring out my closet more and figure out what I like to wear those with. But I won't go too much into that because otherwise I will talk about shoes for the rest of this video. I want to talk about eyewear. Now, I do have a prescription pair of glasses, which going off my videos, you would assume that it would be these ones, these clear frame glasses. These aren't them. These are just blue light glasses. There's no prescription in these. In reality, my prescription glasses look like this. They're colorblind glasses. I'm colorblind. My actual eyesight, fantastic. Colors, now I am red-green colorblind, and funny enough, these glasses are a mixture of red and green. I don't know why I chose green frames. I've had 2 chances to pick them, and both times I picked those ones because you're iconic. What are you thinking? These are so hard to wear with anything because you're so outrageous. Elton John looking ass. So if I can find a way to wear these and make them look stylish in a way, it'll be a mission success. I don't know if we'll accomplish it though. There's also the different watches. I think watches are cool. I think they tie up an outfit very nicely, same way that shoes kind of can. I used to have a 2 watch collection. Unfortunately, that was stolen last year. And thanks to Father Christmas, I was able to kind of reconstruct half the collection with just nice movement, minimal, just sort of like brown and blues watch. It definitely hits a vibe and I think it does it well. But I was really missing having like a nice metal chunkier watch. And I also love the idea of having stories behind watches and, you know, buying them for a reason, an event. So that's why I eventually pulled a trigger on this. It's just a silver and black Seiko 5, goes with almost everything. And the idea was I got this watch when I became a YouTuber, started to get more traction on this platform, which is obviously like a long-term ambition of mine and something that I like that this represents in a way, at least to me. Alongside of it, I got this on an absolute steal, this white gold link chain. I think they pair nicely together. I also have a collection of rings. They're all fairly cheap from AliExpress, I won't even lie to you. I can't decide how I feel about rings. In one way, I like them, I like how they look, and sometimes I look at like pictures where I was, you know, from a night where I was wearing rings. I'm like, that's a lot, you don't need to be wearing that or that. I would love to make some proper investments in some rings I really like. I've been looking at these ones from Jelliot Jewelry for ages. Jelliot Jewelry. I can't say that word. Now, finally talking about some clothes.
Now, as I kind of said before, I don't really have as much to say about my clothes staples or my clothes collection, my wardrobe, I guess, as I do about, you know, my shoes and accessories and all the stuff I care about a bit more. Basically, my meta for the past few years has been try and dress as basic as possible so no one will comment on it. But basically, I'll just find something that I like because it looked good on something or it represented something I liked, and I'll just spam that for as long as possible. I did take some inspiration from the odd trend or two, but I try to practice a way of thinking of liking something because I actually like it and not just because it's popular. I'm not saying I'm perfect in this, but typically, despite how I started to like something, 9 times out of 10, I will like that thing for almost forever. I really am just trying to cover my ass because you're going to see some outdated pieces in this next segment. However, if there's anything I've learned about fashion thus far, is that if it was trendy once, it will almost always be trendy again. So when you think about it, I'm just future-proofing myself. Anyways, turns out dressing up's really fun. Just the act of experimenting and finding different stuff was actually a really enjoyable experience. So I hope you enjoy this live footage of me making the first baby steps understanding how any of this works. There's some ups and then there's some downs, that's all I'll say. This is my Ferrari fits. I think if anything's gonna go with these, maybe. It's just a lot of linen, I think. I think I'm a fan. Does this work or am I just colorblind? This doesn't go with anything. I can't make this work. This is super Wellington boy. Is this now too much? There are a lot. It's very bright. I think I like it. I think I like this. I don't know. I feel like this flannel isn't big enough. If it does work, I haven't exactly reinvented the wheel. Yeah. Ooh, I ate fish today. Bad idea. Was this what we were looking for? Maybe. I think it's better. The black jeans might be better. I don't know. I don't know. Does this work or does it not? I feel like it doesn't. I think something in my brain is telling me I like this, but I can't explain it. Well, I feel like again this is very different. Do the pants work effectively is what I'm trying to say. No. So I like this shirt. I really like this shirt. I like how it looks on me as well. But
I do look like an art teacher. Like, this used to be the fit, man. Like, they do match kind of perfectly, if you can tell. I really like these shoes. Yeah, no, I don't think this works. The formal side is definitely where I lack the most in my wardrobe. It's like the most holes I've got to fill, but I also never need it because, like, you know. I think I want to style a crew neck. I think I want to try and figure out how to do that. Okay, I'm halfway through executing this idea and I'm already losing faith. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about these pants. I think I like it, these like combined. I think this is good. This is alright, right? No. Okay. So I put the dress pants on instead of a jean just to test it out. And one, these pants fit me like perfectly. Like, these are so comfortable. I've stepped in this one, but it looks how I thought it was gonna look. But now that I'm seeing it, I've gone from being an art teacher to this is now the awards dinner. This could work, I think. It's very 2015. Do you think the no t-shirt underneath is to move? I want to put another layer on right now because I'm getting a bit hot. No. Does this go with anything? I'm feeling very Wellington boy in this. Do I like this? I think the longer I'm looking at this, I'm warming up to it, I think. Is this on? Have I dripped or have I drowned? I don't...
Through the creation of this video, I came to this realization that although I started this with the intention of making a really solid list of outfits that I knew I looked good in and that I could always just go back to and sort of just like have this like checked off in a way, I realized that that's not really the point. It really just wasn't feasible. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad I did this. I do feel like I have some go-tos now that I do feel good in, but I've sort of just become very aware that I know the more I learn, the more I'm gonna add, and those will probably fall by the wayside fairly quickly. Like half my wardrobe's from H&M. Like the more I learn and the more I implement, the list could theoretically get bigger, but it's more so like a lot of it is just based off feeling, which is something I never understood until I tried it. It sounds cheesy, but like expressing yourself and what you're trying to say, you know? I've never really liked the idea of judging someone based off how they're dressed, but at the same time, everyone does it. Like, even just subconsciously, people do take note of it. And playing into that a little bit is sort of the game, in a way. And the more I know and the more rules of the game I know, the more I can play into them or break them, you know, depending on what I'm trying to do. I don't know if you've seen those, like, iceberg memes where it's, like, all the knowledge about something and, like, how deeper, and the deeper it goes, the crazier it gets. I feel like I've just stuck my head under the water and, like, seen how deep it goes and gone, oh, shit, like, we're nowhere yet. We're just getting started. It's this weird middle point where I know who Rick Owens is. I can sort of see how you'd incorporate some of that style into your everyday wear, but I don't want to, or I just can't, because I'm still trying to figure out how you dress business casual, you know? I'll figure out my personal style after I fill out my wardrobe, like fill in the gaps. Fill out your basics, get everything you need, and I'm just kind of realizing that list is really, really long. It wouldn't be though if I just subscribed to like a capsule wardrobe kind of idea, and I do like the concept of those. I mean, very sustainable, I rate that. But then I'm like, I don't want to dress that boring every day. Like, I like graphic tees. I like color, even if it doesn't always look good on me. I do like, you know, I like a bit of interest. Is that some ADHD talking? I'm not sure. But the point is, I'm realizing, oh, that's personal style coming in right there. It's not the most developed personal style. There's definitely some ways to go. I'm seeing the start of it. I also don't really want to dress in a way where I'm like just trying to wear what's hot now. I respect the craft on doing it and staying up to date. I do think that takes a lot of effort. But I do think if you're exclusively doing that, you're not really wearing anything for you, it's just for other people, and that's not what I want to do. I really want to find a middle ground of what I can wear for me, and then that hopefully is liked by other people. And with enough confidence, I do think you can make anything work. And again, it's all subjective. I also know as I get older, I am going to dress differently. I've got to start dressing boring at some point. It's just a sad reality I've got to face. And at the end of the day, the thing that resonates the most with me is the intangibles. Again, style is so subjective, and it comes down to stuff like, yeah, a punamu might not be the most formal thing to wear, depending whose standards you're going off. But the context of what it is to me makes it wearable in its scenario. Like, there's certain articles of clothing I'm gonna like a little bit more because they were gifts, regardless what they were. And there's also just when you wear something and you carry it with you for ages. Like, we've all got a couple hoodies that, regardless how they look, mean the world to us because we just wear them everywhere. Or like you've just been through so much of it. And those intangibles are my favorite things about this medium. And you can't buy that. That's something you just have to learn and also just experience.
You know? Does that make sense?
This video's been a real headache because there's so much to say about this, and there's so much that I'm learning and ideas I want to talk about, but at the same time, I'm just starting out, and so much more that I can implement. I mean, stuff I know now that I know will pretty much change my style completely. Barely tried to dress for my body type yet. I know I'm somewhere between like an X type and a V type, and I'm kind of hoping that if I stay in this like fitness journey that I'm on right now, I'll become a more confident V type, and if I dress for that will, you know, probably make me look better and feel better, and that's a whole other can of worms. But overall, I'm happy with the start I've made. Hopefully, I'm not going to regret sharing this with the internet, but I'm glad that I'm on the road. I feel better about it, and I think the more you care about in life, the more you romanticize the little things. You know, I've found that's what makes me happy. And now this is just another thing that I can care about and can take pleasure in. And I think that's a net positive. And I hope you've enjoyed watching me fumble through this and start to figure it out. You might be in the same position as me, or you might be an expert, just, you know, you're having a bit of a giggle about the turtleneck, linen pants, Vans combination. Not sure what the game plan was there, but I think we can both agree that's not me. Regardless where you're at, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it.
It was an absolute headache to make. It's a long story.
I hope you're staying hydrated. I hope you're staying happy. It's almost the end of the year. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But most importantly, have a good one. I'll catch you later. This camera's way through where it normally is. Bye.